It's been a few weeks, so I thought I'd share where we are. I've been working on bits and pieces of this during the week and on the last few weekends here and there when I've found time. And at the current point, we've got 3 heavy coats of a real good spar urethane finish on the outside, so we're protected from the weather. And that's taken a lot of time, but the sheen that we have on here is really, really nice. I'm using a high quality urethane. And we've got all of our seams also coated. Actually, before we put the spar varnish on, we covered all of these corners with a really good all-weather sealant. So the exterior is coming along pretty well. And every tiny house, every little camper cabin like this, I think needs a porch light. So that's been put on as well. And as far as the interior goes, I'm working on the shelving for the kitchen area and the front section too. I think that's a really good spot for a bookshelf. And I just grabbed a few books at random to throw up there. I want to have these speakers mounted kind of on those posts there. We've got a ledge here because the board is down there. We've got maybe about an inch, 3/4 of an inch lip here to hold these back a little bit. I may end up putting some sort of shock cord or some sort of piece of trim across the front, but we'll see. And we've got our curved shelf above the kitchen sink, so it's feeling really cozy in here. All of the windows have been treated with these RV pleated curtains. And when you pull these guys down, the light tone in here gets really, really cozy. Nice and homey. Getting these tensioned was a little bit of a challenge. And we've of course got our lights that are wired in here. And all of the wires are hidden behind those 2x4s kind of in a channel. And I haven't gotten to this one yet, so that's something else I want to get to. For the spar varnish, we've got 2 coats on here to protect the counter area. For the table, I used to have a post that sat in a little kind of cup reservoir in there, and I didn't like the way that looked. So this was a tiller that I built for a sunfish boat a long time ago, and I just cut that down a little bit, and this goes up here, and then this just fits in here. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. A little tight over there. This comes over here, and then we just latch that there. And I still need to do some sort of hold down right here, but that just swings out and makes it nice and easy. For the porch light, we've got our wiring here. I still haven't wired that in yet. I don't know if I'm going to put the switch on this side or this side. We've got our battery set up underneath the seat in that corner right there. And that's actually another project I want to work on, because right now we're running off of lithium-ion batteries that were used in a lawnmower that broke a long time ago. So we're just using a 12-volt converter, but I do want to build a bracket over there to hold a small AGM battery. What I was using before and was playing around with, because we had these things sitting around, I have I think 3 of these lithium ion batteries. I was using this 12-volt converter, but this does cause a draw even if you're not using any of the lights, and this will run these batteries down within about a week, even if you're not running anything on them. So that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense for use in the camper. So we've got our very small 35 amp hour AGM battery and just a little bracket to hold that in. So I don't think that's going anywhere. If we need to, we'll put a shock cord or something around it, but I don't think that's going to move around too much. And we've got the 12 volts for our lights, and probably a fan and a couple other small things. We do have the outside plug for shore power for 110, and that's what we use for the fireplace, and maybe a bigger fan, an exhaust fan, maybe a hot plate, a couple things like that. But as far as most of the stuff in here, we'll just use these, and I've got another one of these if need be. We'll just make another mount for 2 of them. Coming along, looking cozy. My plan for the trailer is I've got some black Rust-Oleum, and I'm going to scrape off some of this brown stuff and some of the flaking, some of the rust that's on these cross members here. And we're going to coat that with a couple heavy coats of black Rust-Oleum. The undercarriage, I still have a few cables from the crank-up system that have been shortened, but they need to be totally cut off and trimmed up. And hopefully we can get this kind of wrapped up in the next few weeks, because in the next month or so I want to take this out. While I've got all of these seams through here coated with a really good sealant, what I didn't do was put one along the ledge here. So that's something we need to go back and add in. This metal aluminum piece here, it's actually got a lip. It goes up and down. So there's really no chance that the water can go in and into the inside. But I do want to keep that kind of from being pushed in, because that ledge is nice, but I want to seal that up permanently. For our tool carrier, I've got some U-bolts, so we're going to attach that to the frame so that won't go anywhere. But we're moving along. So just an update video to show where we are. Thanks very much for taking a look.